think we're ready to pull back the curtain.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, look, an accordion and a guitar.
The
Only one guitar
accordion's
today.
kind of
so-
sneaking in there. Welcome everyone. It's Wednesday night. This is Living Room Live. If you're joining us for the first time, we're Sue and Dwight, and we're streaming live from our living room here in Toronto, Canada. And tonight our theme is International Women's Day. Really important day to acknowledge. So we are going to start things off with a song that I wrote. There's a date on it there, 2008. Wow, it's that long ago. And I remember when I wrote it, Dwight said, this is your I Am Woman song. That's how he sees it. So we thought we'd start off today's show with it. So here we go. Full-time dreamer, part-time schemer, wishing on her star tonight. Complicated, simple life. Sister, daughter, friend, or wife. Marching to her own percussion, she sometimes misses a step in her journey through this life, and it hasn't stopped her yet. In her dream world, life is perfect. No one hurts and no one cries. Everyone is who they see. No deception, games, or lies. Marching to her own percussion, she sometimes misses a step in her journey through this life, and it hasn't stopped her yet. Childlike wonder, heart of gold. As years go by, she won't seem old. Optimistic, joyful life. Sister, daughter, friend, or wife. Marching to her own percussion, she sometimes misses a step in her journey through this life, and it hasn't stopped her yet. Marching to her own percussion, she sometimes misses a step in her journey through this life, and it hasn't stopped her yet. It hasn't stopped her yet. That was an early, one of my early songs that I wrote. It's actually the first in a strong women's trilogy, and we'll be playing all three of them tonight for you. Hey, I'm going to just check to see who's all joining us tonight. I'm going to start over on YouTube, and I see that San Diego Barb is with us tonight, and we have Nikki and Mark on this wonderful Women's Day. Oh, that's wonderful.
From Minnesota.
Wonderful Women's Day in Minnesota, yes.
So St. Paul.
And over here on Facebook, I see that first in is Lauren tuning in from Scarborough here in Toronto. And we have Martin and Kirsten tuning in from Bowen Island, BC. And Deborah from Soggy, South Jersey. And
You've had quite a run, Deborah. That's like, I think, 2 weeks or 3 weeks for
a
just
few soggy days.
soggy days. Yeah.
And we have Ellen tuning in from Idaho Falls, Idaho, and Earl tuning in from Kansas, but he's going to switch over to YouTube. And we have Diana, our Montrealer, here on time this time, she says.
Right on, Diana.
And we have Jan tuning in from Chile, Tennessee, after 2 days that made it to 80. Wow. And now it's 50, in the 50s. Wow. Gray and damp.
Pretty
is a
big
downer.
switch.
That's a big switch, yeah. And we have Debbie tuning in from Campbell River, BC. You made it on time after your dental appointment. So glad you got here. We have Charles tuning in from Bonnie, Scotland. And Sandra saying it's not a sunny day here in Toronto, but it will be when Sue and Dwight start to play. Oh, actually, she rhymes here. She says, not a sunny day, but it will be when Sue and Dwight start to play. And we have our Toronto Gale tuning in today, and John and Linda in Illinois, and Carol from a very snowy, blowy southwestern Manitoba.
So my dad said, we've been looking at Brandon, and my dad says it's snowy in Winnipeg too. So
yeah, and Martin says the midwives are checking in from Nanada's house. Gosh, we love those midwives in Nanada's house.
we're back into the series, season 3, so we have everybody's there. Jenny, Nurse Mount, Trixie, and Chummy.
But not for long, though.
Not for long.
Because we've already seen the series, but we're revisiting it and we're loving it. We've got Annie tuning in from near Legal, Alberta, and Gwen tuning in from Dryden area, and Lyle tuning in from Portage la Prairie, Manitoba.
I imagine it's a whiteout in Portage la Prairie today if there's a storm coming down the number 1.
Yes, and if Brandon got it, All right,
that low territory out there in Grandtown.
Yes, so we're going to. There is a little dip, isn't there, before you get to Winnipeg. As you go through there, you can get some pretty wicked winds and snow. All right, we are going to do a song for you now that Dwight wrote. We thought this one fit in well because it's about a strong woman who endured lots of things and triumphed in the end. It's called Queen of the Silver Dollar.
Never made it through high school. Never made it. Whoa.
Let's start over that.
I'm going to start over. Might as well get speaking
right
of the rhyming.
one.
Might as well get the rhyming. She never made it through Girl Guides. Never made it through high school. She never sang in the Sunday choir. Don't be misled, she ain't nobody's fool. She's a queen of the silver dollar. She's a queen of the silver dollar. She never had a real boyfriend. All the girls treated her like sin. Folks in town thought that she was strange, said she seemed to be a lot like him. Her daddy's place was up the road, just beyond old McNally's still. Most every night they come to hoot and holler where she worked at the Silver Dollar. She's a queen of the Silver Dollar. She's a queen of the Silver Dollar. Then late one night he came along, started up his song, sang it out so sweet and low. He asked her to run away, she said she had to stay. Oh, I just don't know. Came a baby just before the fall, when he was called to some far-off war. She got the letter on the 1st of May, said he won't be coming home no more. Now in town it's not the same, folks treat her just like a queen, but every night they still hoot and holler in her palace, the Silver Dollar. She's a queen of the Silver Dollar. She's a queen of the Silver Dollar. She's a queen silver dollar. She's the queen of the silver dollar. It's okay to line dance on this one. Kick them boots.
I don't have boots on, I'm barefoot.
Yeah.
You know, Peggy had sent me a note to say that she would be, I think, out celebrating her granddaughter's birthday, so she was going to catch us on the replay. So I bet you she will be dancing, line dancing in her kitchen to that one when she watches on the replay. Hey, I see that Chris is joining us tonight, and Charles has the bar open. So grab the beverage of your choice and settle in. Oh, I see that Kim and Peter are tuning in from Belleville over on YouTube, and I know that Renata and Dennis are tuning in as well, as are Marianne and Kathy and
Mary.
And Mary is going to be, I'm sure, catching us on the replay. I've been kind of noticing you there, Mary, commenting on the replays of the shows. So thanks for that. And Roger should be there tonight, and Rick tuning in as well on the replay. So we're going to keep
Karen.
and Karen and Melissa and her mom and Linda and Evelyn, we understand, tune in pretty regularly as well. So thank you to all of you for being here with us. Now this next song, I'm not totally sure what it's about, but it paints a pretty good image of a strong woman. It was a hit for a group called Flood back in the
70s, early 70s.
Canadian, with their Canadian band,
Canadian
right?
band.
And,
Great Godovitz.
Yeah, thanks to CanCon, which was a sort of a law that was put in place that radio stations had to play a certain percentage of Canadian content on their radio shows. The
intent was to nourish a Canadian recording industry, because up until that point there wasn't one. Musicians like the Guess Who were recording in television studios. So you can just imagine how did that music, some of that music, ever sound any good?
and I think without CanCon, I mean, we're so much smaller than the U.S. I think we would have been sort of swallowed up, and we wouldn't have seen a lot of these great artists come to, get these great hits. But this has always been a favorite. It's called Cousin Mary, and I know that Sandra really likes this song. She's a big fan of Greg Godovitz.
Greg Godovitz. Yeah. Oh, what? 'Cousin Mary was a lady who could really hold her own. She went fighting for her country. She went fighting for her home. And then there's the time she lost her husband. He was fighting for the right. She'll be leaving in the morning. Won't you please say goodnight? She'll be leaving in the morning. Won't you please say goodnight? All the money in the world, I couldn't tie your Mary down. You can't believe her when she tells you she's had her turn around. There could be knights and kings and all their horses ready just to fight. She'll be leaving in the morning. Won't you please say goodnight? She'll be leaving in the morning. Won't you please say goodnight? Say good care. She'll be leaving
And if you happen to look up that band, you want to look up Flood, it's actually spelt F-L-U-D-D.
DD. Yeah.
Not O-O-D as you might expect.
One of those cool 70s,
Yeah, it's a cool 70s
intentional misspellings.
Yeah.
Taking it to the man.
Now this next song is the second of my Strong Women trilogy, and it's kind of funny because I wrote it a few years after the first one, and I used to still introduce the other one as the first of my Strong Women trilogy because I had intended to have 3 songs. I don't know why. I always liked the idea of a trilogy. Sounds kind of cool.
I think you got that from Gordon Lightfoot?
Maybe did he?
Canadian
Oh,
Railway.
the Railway trilogy.
Trilogy.
Maybe subconsciously
Canadian
I did.
thing, I guess.
It's a Canadian. We like our trilogies up here in Canada.
It's happening in 3s, apparently.
So this song is called "I Wonder," and I wrote it after meeting some pretty amazing women in northern Uganda, and we went to this kind of I guess it was a celebration that they were welcoming us to their community, and there was dancing and singing, and when we walked in, all these women came over to me, and they were just so lovely and animated and welcoming me, and I had known though that they had all been through some pretty devastating situations because of a civil war that was happening in northern Uganda, and many of them had been hurt quite badly, but nonetheless they still found a way to keep going, and I just found them extraordinary, and I kind of found myself thinking, I don't know how they are able to do that, because it's really such an amazing thing. And also I hoped that they would have happy dreams at night, and that would help them get through the things they've been through. So that's the background behind this song, but I think it applies to lots and lots of women. It's called "I Wonder." In this ordinary world, she's an extraordinary girl. She's picked up all the pieces from her past. On this very ordinary day, in her extraordinary way, she lives each one like it might be the last. I wonder what she's dreaming tonight. I wonder if everything will turn out alright. Safe in sleep, the demons rest. Tomorrow she'll rise and do her best to go on. Such a strong little girl. The world keeps on spinning as it has since the beginning, and each day a new sun breaks at dawn. On this very ordinary day, in her extraordinary way, she somehow finds the strength to carry on. And I wonder
such a strong little girl.
I
Wonder what she's dreaming tonight. I wonder what she's dreaming tonight.
yeah, I
Wonder what she's dreaming tonight.
and I hope that all her happy dreams come true. It rang for a long time.
Let that baby ring. Yes. Hey, what a lovely song.
I love it when the guitar rings, when the last note just rings on. I always think that's such a nice thing. Oh, hey, are we already at that point where we're going to have the accordion make a little appearance? Now, those of you who are new to the show, we always include an accordion song. Usually I play the guitar while Dwight plays a song on the accordion. But until I get my hand back in action, which hopefully will be not too many more weeks, we've decided to tiptoe into Dwight doing some solo accordion, and tonight he's got something very special. Do you want to, or should I introduce him?
Sure, yeah,
Okay.
keep going. You're on a roll.
A while ago, our friend Charles in
Bonnie,
Scotland, in Bonnie, Scotland.
You may know him as Charles the bartender.
Charles the bartender on Facebook here. He sent Dwight some music for a march that had been written in honor of his father, Forbes Duguid. And the song is just an absolutely beautiful piece, and I felt it could be included in today's show easily because it was written by a wonderful woman who plays fiddle over in Scotland by the name of Gemma Donald. And Charles had commissioned that this song be written for himself and his brothers Scott, Alistair, and Ian Duguid in memory of their father Forbes. So Dwight dug that out just a week or so ago, and he's been working on it, and so you'll be hearing it here for the very first time.
You may recall last week the
Yes, last week with the
waltz,
Pick waltz, yeah.
Snowy Owl waltz, and
So this is
it's a march. So everybody up.
Forbes Duguid's March.
Everybody up once around the kitchen. Duguid's March making its Living Room Live debut
Yes, what a lovely
here
song.
on Living Room Live.
So, thank you for sharing that music with us, Charles. It came in very handy this week for us to have as a nice.
Part of our accordion corner. We can't call it accordion corner because
We already have poetry.
we have
corner.
poetry corner.
Oops, we've already
So,
spilled the beans of what's coming up. We forgot
So, we'll have to call it accordion, I don't know.
accordion. We'll think of something. Martin
Maybe
says,
Lauren can help us out in the marketing department.
Martin says that kalimba can only mean one thing, and that is poetry corner. So Poetry Corner is a little segment in the middle of our show where I read a poem, usually one that I've written, and because a few years ago, now it's 4 years ago, believe it or not, I don't know where the time has gone, I joined a wonderful group of online poets and started writing poetry for the first time, and I've just been enjoying it so much. Now, I actually wrote this one especially for tonight's show because I wanted it to be on this theme, so the theme of our show tonight, and it is called Women's Rights. The feminist movement was strong, women oppressed far too long. The message was loud and clear. They were tired of living in fear. Enough living in the shadow of men, pushed aside again and again. The demand was full equality in everything, including their body. Battles fought and rights granted. Things improved as we wanted. It hasn't been perfect, nothing is, but pay close attention to this. Women's rights aren't guaranteed, no one's are. Boundaries are being pushed too far. In the so-called first world, the progressive West, women's body autonomy is under threat. Where do we go from here? The answer seems pretty clear. Like the song says, they need to hear us roar in numbers too big to ignore. Vote, speak out, and march in protest until we gain that equality. No rest. You didn't even hear this one before I
No, I
no.
thought I might
because I was
land on a song to play,
And
but I
I-
didn't. So I was just riffing, man.
Yeah, no, that sounded nice with it. So, but yeah, I was sort of down to the wire in writing it, and we just didn't have a chance. I didn't have a chance to read it to Dwight. So, anyway, Martin says, "Snap, snap, snap." An important poem. Oh, thank you. Don't forget to play us out, Dwight. So he's just going to play us out of Poetry Corner, and we'll go on to more music. There we go. And that concludes Poetry Corner for this week. But we've got a lot more music coming up. This next song, I referenced it in my poem, actually. I am woman, hear of me roar in numbers too big to ignore. This is probably one of my very favorite songs from growing up in the 70s. I think of how lucky I was to be growing up at that time when so much groundwork had already been done and was being done by women before me. And, I had those of us who were sort of coming of age during that time of in history, we were actually doing pretty well in terms of equality compared to what had preceded. So this song really was important for all of us. And I think it's important again, and it's something we should make sure that we keep singing, because there's a lot of us out there and we just need to make more noise. You agree?
Yes, dear. I always equate the song with Helen Reddy, of course, on the Midnight Special, pantsuits, or just the idea of women wearing pants, which
it was a big thing.
Was a big thing, you know. We're seeing that even on Call the Midwife,
Yes.
when the styles start changing, right, and women can dress a little more contemporarily. And I also think of Maude.
Oh, yes.
You know, she was
I loved Maude.
the ultra feminist.
She was fantastic. I wonder if we can get that on one of the streaming services. We've been finding all sorts of free streaming services since we canceled our cable. I thought I was going to have serious withdrawal, but we've been finding all these great things, and there's all kinds of amazing shows on there, and maybe we could find Maude. That would be fun.
Probably. Sure, on one of the oldies stations.
All right, here we go.
We'll have to learn that song for next year.
And then there's Maude.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Sing with me on this one, please. I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore, and I know too much to go back and pretend, 'cause I've heard it all before, and I've been down there on the floor. No one's ever gonna keep me down again. Oh yes, I am wise, that it's wisdom born of pain. Yes, I've paid the price, but look how much I've gained. If I have to, I can do anything. I am strong, I am invincible, I am woman. You can bend but never break me, 'cause it only serves to make me more determined to achieve my final goal. And I come back even stronger, not a novice any longer, 'cause you've deepened the conviction in my soul. Oh yes, I am wise, but it's wisdom born of pain. Yes, I've paid the price, but look how much I've gained. If I have to, I can do anything. I am strong, I am invincible, I am woman. I am woman, watch me grow, see me standing toe to toe, as I spread my loving arms across the land. But I'm still an embryo, with a long, long way to go, till I make my brother understand. Oh yes, I am wise, but it's wisdom born of pain. Yes, I've paid the price, but look how much I gained. If I have to, I can do anything. I am strong,
Strong,
I am invincible,
invincible.
I am woman. I am strong,
Strong,
I am invincible,
invincible.
I am strong,
Strong,
I am invincible,
invincible.
I am strong,
Strong.
I am woman.
Yeah.
Fabulous. fabulous, fabulous song. Apparently came to her in a dream, and she just jotted it down. She said it was like she was meant to write that song by some greater power, and she just was the vessel, I guess, to receive the song and put it out there. So that's pretty cool.
Sure was. Yeah, a very interesting time. You know, liberating seems a little cliche, but it sure was. There was power, because there were so many of these things. Oddly, you know, these notions in the 60s and 70s were new. You know, that women could actually work outside of the home. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
There should be no glass ceilings. You know, all of those things. Could keep your own name.
And even like in my poem, I say it's not been perfect, and it's certainly we've still got a way to go, but there a lot of ground was broken during that time, and you know, those of us who were just kind of coming into our adulthood, I think some of us maybe took it for granted, you know, just that it was always that way, but it certainly wasn't. So
Always good to shake the paradigms up. One of the things I always think is funny when we talk about this, and it has to do with using your maiden name, and you know, because when you're always supposed to take on your husband's name, the paternal name, and but you can't. You know, for a while there was a controversy about using your maiden name, but your maiden name was the paternal name. It was your father's name. So when you look at, you break some of these arguments down. It's like, it makes no sense. Or why are we continuing? Why are we arguing about it?
Well, I remember.
Why are we continuing to do it?
Yeah. Well, I remember when I got married. There were some people who said, "Oh, I guess you're not a feminist. You're taking Dwight's last name." And I said, "Well, am I more of a feminist if I keep my father's last name?" And they said, "Well, how about your mother's last name?" And I said, "But that was her father's last name." So I think I proved I was a feminist by choosing the name that I wanted. And I just thought Sue Peters had a good ring to it. I like the name. It's easy to spell. I don't have to, it's easy to hear, and people know what name you're saying. So it was a good choice for me, and I am still a feminist.
Not the best name to have in Winnipeg, Manitoba, because there are tons of Peters in the phone book.
That's all right.
Between all the English Peters and all the
why we
Mennonite
moved?
Peters. Yeah, we had to move because
too many Peters.
people were getting lost in the phone book looking for us.
All right, well, this next song, this
trilogy.
is the third song in the trilogy, and it's all about that kind of woman that puts her own needs on hold and looks after everyone else. She makes sure that everybody else gets to achieve their dreams, and she kind of hangs back and waits for hopefully the day she can have her own dreams. So I've known lots of women like that. A lot of mothers have taken that role, made sure that their family, you know, is able to do what they want, and so that's kind of what I had in mind when I was writing this song, just about somebody finally getting a chance to live their own dreams. It's called "When the Music Stirs Her Soul." This is a song that we usually play with accordion and guitar. And it feels so different playing it with just a guitar. So I'm going to take over Dwight's accordion solo on my kazoo. Lived each day like one who knew that every time a dream came true for someone, there's another who is waiting in the wings. All her life she stood in line, patiently biding time, till one day she decided she must make it on her own. Tired of being sad, she's risking everything she has. She's not
afraid to take a chance because she knows now she can dance.
When the music stirs her soul, when the music stirs her soul. Put her dreams aside one day, they'd only end up in the way. Everyone was busy and there'd never be the time. In the background all her life, devoted mother, loyal wife. No one ever knew there was a gypsy in her soul. Tired of being sad, she gave up everything she had, and now she's reaching for the sky, and she is dancing with a smile. When the music stirs her soul, tired of being sad, she gave up everything she had, and now she's reaching for the sky, and she is dancing with a smile. When the music stirs her soul, when the music stirs her soul. Isn't it funny how playing a song differently makes it just feel completely different? You know, having different instruments, and it's just, I just find that so interesting. It's fun shaking it up a little, you know, just trying it out a little. If it felt a little bit sort of moodier, usually I kind of feel there's a real klezmer feel to it when you're playing the accordion, and
which is also supposed to be
a little
moody.
bit.
But
Yeah, it's moody. Yes, a moody, but it's a little. It feels a little more danceable when we usually play it. This felt a little bit more moody, but I enjoyed it. It was fun. All right.
I was trying to emulate Rachel Mellis, who played the bass, double
Rachel?
bass, and Rachel on the For the Moment CD. That's what the song's on, and man,
Her bass line on that is
bass line is just
really
amazing.
interesting.
I just watched her and I was thinking, oh my goodness, how did
That-
you come up with that?
That reminds
Thanks,
me
Rachel.
that if you want to listen to any of our music that's recorded, you can go over to SueandDwight.com. We have all the music that we've recorded there, and you can listen and download from there. We also are on all the different music streaming services,
Spotify, YouTube.
and iTunes and all those different things. So you can check out our music there. And also, actually, if you are visiting our website, we have an online tip jar there. And if you enjoy these shows and it's something you're able to do, we invite you to visit our virtual tip jar. You'll find it on our website you'll see that little picture of the open guitar case that says tips appreciated, click here. And if you click on there, it'll take you to a page that gives you all the information you need for e-transfers or credit, debit, or PayPal, or checks if that's your preference. So if that is something you're able to do, we appreciate it very much. Now, this next song. Does anybody remember a wonderful series in the 70s called The Mary Tyler Moore Show? About this daring young woman who moved to Minneapolis. And
Right next door to
right near
Mark and Mickey.
Mickey and Mark, yes.
Across the river.
And she was doing a job that I believe had been a job that only men had done before. She was working at
the newsroom. Yeah.
in a newsroom, yeah. And well, she had lots of experiences that remind us why International Women's Day is so important. And this song is the theme song from it. I had only remembered the third verse and the chorus from when I used to watch the show. And apparently that was all they used in the season 2 version of the intro. It's the one, who can turn the world on with a smile. But there were 2 other verses that were used in season 1. And I find them somewhat cringeworthy, so I'm sure you will too. We've done this before on the show, and I know that some of you have mentioned you're like, oh boy, some of the
Songwriters weren't liberated yet.
No, obviously not. So because apparently all you needed to succeed were looks and charm. Oh well, but we're going to sing it because it's important to remember that these things. These kinds of songs did exist. And that was actually a very groundbreaking show. And I think, these lyrics aside, it showed a lot of us what was possible. And so this is called...
At the end, everybody toss your hats up into the air.
Oh, yes.
Remember?
I keep thinking I should have had a tam for this. Oh, well, here we go. Time you started living. It's time you let someone else do some giving. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can have the town, why don't you take it? You might just make it after all. Likely to succeed. You have the looks and charm, and girl, that's all you need. All the men around adore you. That sexy look will do wonders for you. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can have the town, why don't you take it? You might just make it after all. Who can turn the world on with a smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can have the town, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You can have the town, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all. 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 was such a great opening scene of a TV show. I mean, that's iconic.
It is iconic.
We haven't used that word too much because we
It gets
feel
overused.
it gets overused. But
Everything's iconic.
yeah.
Every time, like we are broadcasting here from Toronto, Canada, from downtown Toronto, and they've put up a lot of buildings, residential buildings, in the last 15 years. And part of the sales pitch for each and every one of them is this building is going to be iconic. It is very important for Toronto's future because it is going to be iconic. So, lesson, moral of the story: someone mentions the word iconic, check your wallet. How's that?
They're trying to get something from you.
They're working you. Yeah.
All right. Hey, you know what? Just let me take a moment to see if there's any new
blood? Yeah.
folks here. There's no new names over on YouTube, but I know it's more difficult to comment there because a lot of you watch on the big screen. But I see that Kim has said hello to Dennis and Renata. They know them as well, so we know they're watching on YouTube. And I see that Peggy joined us tonight. I guess she got home early tonight, so that's great. And Sybil is tuning in from South Orange, New Jersey. And we have two Peggys from Iowa in the house tonight. And Sherry's joining us from San Pedro, California. And Guy is here from Dayton, Ohio tonight. Guy, you don't know how hard it is for me not to say Guy because my uncle Guy, G-U-Y, his name was pronounced Guy because he's French Canadian, and so every time I see the name Guy, I have to think, is it French version or an English version? And I'm assuming, I may be wrong, that down in Dayton you go by Guy. So you can clear me up on that little assumption on my part. And I think that's all the new names I can see. I can't go back any further, unfortunately, over on
So
YouTube.
we are down to our last song of the evening for International Women's Day. And this last song is one called Real Good Day. It's sort of the byline is Katie's song. Katie is a lady living on the street, and I read about her story in one of the papers out of from BC, British Columbia, and it was really a talk about a strong woman. She was living through addictions and on the street, and but she kept going day in, day out, and her she would refer to it, it's going to be a really good day. And so I thought her story was worth putting to pen and paper and song. And so we're going to close off with this I think a sad but inspiring story called Real Good Day. Wish they could see me now. Wasn't one to succeed. Now I lay here on the ground, going down. Didn't need to be this way. Now locks a needle up my nose. The street ain't killed me yet, but it ain't for trying. It's a good day, real good day. It's a good day, real good day. It's a good day, a real good day. It's a good day, real good day. Oxycontin for my pain. Then one day a new white pill. My dealer didn't know its name. Said it's 100 times stronger. Just $5 more. At first it was just for fun. lines to last a day. Now I'm hooked on the high, though my skin keeps crawling, crawling. It's a good day, real good day. It's a good day, real good day. It's a good day, real good day. It's a good day, real good day.
Last night I did again,
But today I'll do another twist.
withdrawals are worse than dying.
Getting clean so easy, it's staying clean that's hard. I think I just might see another day tomorrow. Never try to think too far. Just try to take it one day at a time. It's a good day, real good day. 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 It's a good day. It's staying clean that's hard. It's a good day, real good day. It's a good day. It's staying clean that's hard.
Staying clean so hard. What was really inspiring about her was that she woke up each day being grateful that she had another day, and even in her dire circumstances. And I think that's something
Just
that
wanted to beat it.
she wanted to
know.
beat her addiction, and she kept trying. And I would love to know if they've ever followed up with her, and I hope that she has had success, but it's certainly a difficult thing.
And I think we kind of chose that item as a song as the last one because of its strong message, and as we acknowledge International Women's Day, just acknowledge that it's a journey that continues, and there's still hard work to be done.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
I think that brings us to the end of tonight's show. We'll be back here next Wednesday night, and I've already got the theme figured out. It's out and about, or as Canadians apparently say it, oot and a boot. So we're going to have some songs about
We have a lot of Canadians in the audience. Has anybody ever said oot and a boot? Maybe in Newfoundland.
I think maybe in the East Coast they might say oot and a boot, or maybe it's a little more subtle, out and about. Anyway, I just thought that would be a fun theme for some songs about going out and about. So we'll look forward to that next Wednesday. I promise we will have a train whistle. I think this is our second week without a train whistle. You know, why don't we just do a train whistle? Because we know people do love the train whistle.
Gratuitous train whistle. There you go.
It is so nice though, isn't it? Like, it always makes you feel like you're going somewhere when you have a train whistle. So, all right. Well, so we'll be back here Wednesday with another Living Room Live. And then we will be a week from this Friday. So next Friday, we'll be doing our 60s folk sing-along. And that is a show where we sing songs from the 1960s folk scene. At first, we used to just kind of keep it to the folk revival period, but over the years, we've expanded it all the way to the end of the 60s. So there's lots of kind of variety in that show now,
Just
in terms
to
of
demonstrate that we're hip.
Yes,
and
we're very
cool.
hip. We go all the way up to 69.
Yeah.
So, All right, so that's it for tonight. We thank you so much for being here with us and for celebrating what is an important day. I believe this is International Women's Week and International Women's Month as well. So there's lots to celebrate and lots to keep fighting for. So thank you everyone for being here. We can't wait to read all your comments, and we will do that as soon as we make our dinner. We're going to sit down and read through them all. So thank you for being here, and we will see you again very soon.
Have a good
Take
night,
care.
folks. Thanks for joining us.
Good